What does your business need right now to keep the doors open?
Money. And to keep the doors open, the doors are closed. They're closing at the end of this month. The physical location is done at the end of this month. We are strictly online. And then hopefully, if we manage to tread water through the winter and into this, early spring, late winter, early spring, when hopefully there is a vaccine, we will be then looking to try to find a new location. And that will likely be something that we're going to sublet. Maybe I'd like to partner with another small business that's struggling with rent, and we work out a schedule where they have it on these days and we have it on this day, and we share in the rent costs and the utilities. Something like that that would help another small business until we can both get up on our feet and be able to afford the full rent of our own facilities. So it's, yeah, I mean, the PPP was burned out in 2.5 months because that's what it was designed to do. It was designed to keep you afloat for 2.5 months. That was what, 6 months ago? So I'm leveraged to the hilt. I've got the small business loan out. I had thankfully had a really good 2019 revenue-wise, and I kept all that money in the company in hopes to buy our own facility. That money's all gone. I have just enough to hopefully open us up a new facility, but the rest of it has just been spent trying to keep our employees. And even with that, we had to do layoffs. At the end of the summer, our seasonal staff left, and so that gave us some relief, but then we had to do first round of layoffs, and then we did a second round of layoffs. And as I said, we're down to 3 employees now. And so it's tough because we're not making enough money to be able to, we're right now, thankfully, I have incredibly creative staff, and they are coming up with ideas to generate enough revenue to just hopefully we can break even. As I said, just tread water between now and the new year. I'm still losing money every month, and it's demoralizing because after the first round of PPP, which was designed for year-round businesses, it was not designed for seasonal businesses. The problem is that with a summer camp, you are annualizing the money out over the whole year, and so you're only going to get 2.5 months of your money spread out over an entire year. That's a problem for summer camps because most of our money and our payroll happens in 2 to 3 months. So if you do that and you spread out, you go 2.5 months of it taken out over the span of it, you're looking at a very small amount of money. So the summer camp industry got together and we all went and contacted our senators and our representatives, and we said, we can't exist on this. So they were like, oh, yeah, that would work that way for seasonal businesses. So they went back and they passed a measure to allow seasonal businesses to reforecast and just take those 2.5 to 3 months of payroll and go and pass it on to that and basically make the funds based on that. So I go back to the lender who gave me my PPP, and I said, so if we recast it, I should be getting a lot more money. And they're like, we can't do that. I said, what do you mean? It was just passed. They said, yes, but they never passed anything to allow us, the banks, to pull back your forms, redo them, and resubmit them. We cannot resubmit. There was nothing done on the financial end for the logistics to allow a reforecasting. So all that lobbying that the camp industry did to try to get this pushed through was for naught because we can't reforecast.
So, when it's politically said that small businesses are the lifeblood of our country, and you see the response, do you feel that the response matches the lip service?
No. And, right now we are in the middle of I'm calling it the great small business die-off. And what kills me is on occasion I'll go online and I'll see on social media all these memes bandied about evil corporations and CEOs making the big buck. And I'm like, my God, I have given up my salary. I've given up my life savings that I put into this company, and I'm a for-profit company. And I'm doing all this to try to keep my staff employed because they matter to me. I don't know if this company is going to survive, but my staff still matter to me. And I think you often have that more in a small business than you do in a large corporation. And it's interesting to me that these memes that are bandied about are about the evils of large corporations. And yet, what is the antidote to large corporations? Small business. So small businesses make up for 48% of the employees. 48%, almost half of the people employed in this country are employed by a small business, according to the Small Business Association. And we have failed in the response. When PPP came out, it was snapped up by so many large corporations. And also, on top of that, because my company was in good financial condition going into this pandemic, the banks ignored me because I didn't owe them money. The first people to get money for PPP were ones who owed the banks money. Those who had money were just, our applications were lost.
Is that true?
I have heard this time and again from small businesses. It's like, I didn't get it because I didn't owe people money. Yeah, that's how it's decided, because the banks are like, we're going to give you that money because we need our money.